Hari Om. Today I just felt I must record this video, and uh, it is because the universe is prompting me to say something. First, I must introduce myself because some of you may not know who Shireen is. My name is, of course, Shireen Venkatramani. Shireen is a gynecologist, but she has always wondered why she is here. That is, it can't be that the meaning of life is only to have been born, have got married, have got qualified, I've and worked, and then begotten children, brought them up, and you know the usual story, a life story of everyone. It seemed like quite a futile exercise that such a grand creator of this marvelous universe could have meant this life to be just that. So, this question has always been in my heart, and towards that, I was very fortunate to have a mother who was a seeker, and we have met every 90% of the greatest gurus of the latter half of the last century. And on my own, this year, this century, I have also met very wonderful beings, and who have actually inspired and guided me. So, to date, I am a disciple of Swami Ram, so I invoke his blessings. Since the last 30 years, I have been his disciple. In him, I found the complete human being and the possible blossoming of our consciousness, which gave me a lot of confidence that we could also attain to that state. Now, having said that, I am only practicing the basic features of Himalayan tradition. I have not gone into the depth because it requires a lot of time and a lot of sadhana, and I'm a little bit, I should say, lazy. So, after a lot of research and experience and experimenting with all kinds of traditions like the Vipassana, like Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, and of course doing several courses in self-improvement like Direct Awakening by Craig Hamilton, Avatar by Harry Palmer, then Jore by Joshurushi from Japan, and you name it, and I have been able to, I have been experimenting with these various techniques. Advaita Vedanta I'm studying at present, and I have been a long-term admirer of Muji Baba. So there has been in this body, mind, intellect a lot of input of all these wonderful sages and of their immense grace that this receptacle has received, perhaps not in as much measure as would be considered adequate for self-recognition. But having said all of that, I want to be able to express myself today and share with you that even if we did not do anything, even if we were not exposed, even if we were not so fortunate as what this body mind has been, we can practice one single sentiment, and that sentiment is gratitude. Gratitude inspires abundance in the universe. And therefore, I have found that if I distilled everything into a single word, all the wisdom that has gone in here, it would be thank you. And therefore, I'm going to talk today to you about what is thank you yoga. So, we talk about karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, and Raja Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, and all kinds of yogas. Yoga means union, your union with the divine. Actually, that is what you are. But you have clouded your mind with the thought and with the ignorance of your own true nature, and therefore you suffer. This is the Advaita philosophy, and of course, it is absolutely valid because we tend to focus on the outside world where actually the truth does not reside. So, having said that, I want to express to you about thank you yoga, and therefore it's time we coined this word, because in my life, even as a child, my mother used to say, Shireen, you are a grateful child, which means that I probably thanked her for all her care whenever which she always rendered to me. And so life was generous to me, and I have been the recipient of immense grace that I'm not even able to express my gratitude for. It would be very inadequate. But these two words, thank you, make such a difference in our existence. Even if it is a situation which seems to be challenging, you should be able to say thank you. There is no problem actually. It is only a situation, and the situation requires a certain action to be taken, which you can plan out, and the result of it is never in your hands. But what is definitely in your hands is the action. Therefore, every human being must regard a situation for exactly how it is. For example, a disease happens to this body. I was suspected of having had cancer of the skin, having had cancer of the breast lump was discovered, and so on and so forth. And all I had done was to say, thank you, God, it is okay. Now, with the result, if your thank you is a genuine one and you accept completely and totally, my own experience has been that destiny changes. Because the lesson that was to be learnt is learnt already. So the Lord does not want to inflict on you that particular, God doesn't inflict anything anyway. These are all words, and therefore they can be misconstrued. But whatever is to happen suddenly takes a U-turn and you get well. So none of those were cancer, but I was never anxious about it. So I want to share that if you can't do anything, any situation arises, just say thank you, thank you, thank you 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody is angry with you, say thank you, thank you, thank you. And you will notice that first of all, your mind relaxes. Secondly, you tend to see the other person's point of view. And thirdly, your response is absolutely appropriate to the situation. I don't know if I'm going to be able to conduct to you all the power that these 2 words are going to give you, but I would very much be delighted to get a feedback on your practice of this thank you yoga. I will just share with you today what happened. You see, no, I have a very dear friend who does most of my chores, and always living in looking after a household means a lot of chores. But she always helps me with my chores, and I knew that she was busy today, and I had to get some oil for the home, which have to go quite far to get because it's a particular type and so on. I called her and told her that I can get something for you if you require. I'm going to that shop. And she said that, oh, thank you, Shireen, I also require 2 liters of oil. And with that, I was very delighted that for a change, I could help. I could be the other person as to be able to give. So I was just thanking myself when she called a minute later and she said, Shireen, actually, I'm going that way, so I will get for you what you want. Now you tell me, just tell me, how does all of this happen? If I had gone on my own, got my oil and come back without calling her, she would have had no. I knew that she was busy. She has guests in her home. So I was not going to call her. I was not going to impose on her privacy. But I thought, let me for a change return her favor. I was grateful. I was having an opportunity to do something for her. And see what the result is. So this is just the tip of the iceberg of thank you yoga, let me tell you, because it is a constant delight that is so powerful that it pervades your entire being. And why is it that we should thank anything and everything? Why should we do that? Let me elaborate. The reason why we should thank is, first of all, we didn't go to any secretariat or an office to apply for this body. It just happened, right? Did we apply for it? No. Have we got the senses intact? Even if we didn't have 1 or 2 senses intact, we would have had the other 3 or other 4 senses intact. Did we apply for it? No. We got it as a gift. How many gifts we have received all through our lives. So I would also, in one of the practices of this thank you yoga, I would request you that every night write in your diary 1 incidence for which during the day you said thank you, however small it may have been. And you will notice that not only you will have 365 reasons to be grateful for in the year, but you will have 3,650 reasons to be grateful for in the whole year. So I would suggest that one of the practices be this. So number 1 practice is to say thank you to however challenging the situation may be, and then to decide your response. Second practice would be to have a diary in which you write every single day. There would definitely be at least 1 incident, if not many more, for which you have to be grateful and for which you said thank you. So that would be the second practice of this thank you yoga. The other thing that we should be grateful for is, there are millions of things that we got without asking for. So we got this body without asking, we got this mind without asking, we have the senses without asking, and we have the ability, we have so many abilities. We are able to eat, we are able to shit, we are able to do everything that this body functioning, our physiology enables. Should we be so ungrateful as to just discard it as one of the things and as if we have a right to it? And once you understand that you have have been a recipient of blessings galore, what happens is the universe embraces you. Each one, anyone, everyone coming in your presence is suddenly so relieved of any kind of stress, distress. And then they always tell me most of the time, thank you, Shireen, for being, for spreading this joy of what is called Chitta Prasadanam. That means your mind is in a state of happiness. The prasad of because you are not resisting anything. So the third practice of thank you yoga would be, do not insist on anything, do not resist anything, because then it will persist. No insistence, no resistance, no persistence will happen. And thereby you will be able to enjoy a state of mind which that so-called bad event was going to create. You changed its appearance completely. So you have accepted it as it is without wanting to control it and to alter it, which you will not be able to do anyway. You will only end up having a lot of strife within you because you can't change it. So having the attitude of gratitude, they say that the altitude of your mind rises. And that's why we must not insist that my will be done. Let us insist that thy will be done. For then alone can I understand what thou art and what I am here for. So that question that used to plague me as to what the hell am I here for? It can't be. It simply cannot be. Just to produce children, have a great name and fame, have enough money, have a good house, have servants. Very important. Those who help you live in a very comfortable way. And then you can do something for them. What is it that I should not be grateful for? Therefore, it cannot be the end all and be all of existence. So when I understood that we must learn how to be grateful for each and everything that comes our way, and do not think that challenges and troubles did not arise in this life. Oh, many of them came. And I have written a book called Jeevan Sar Kathamrut, which is available on Amazon, where the Bhagavad Gita came alive to me as a practical manual and showed me how to live. How grateful should I not be for that? So all the wisdom that you receive from the scriptures, from the sages, should you not be saying thank you? So, and I am so grateful you are listening to me. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is what I would like to say, that in this thank you yoga, first of all, you have to develop this attitude of gratitude, and then you will realize there is nothing to be ungrateful for. You will not have to be ungrateful. Nothing really is bad in itself. It is our reaction that makes us suffer. Therefore, you will first of all, you will say thank you whenever any situation arises which seems unpleasant. For the pleasant ones, please say thank you so that you don't get overboard. It is not you that caused that entire happy situation to happen. So many reasons it could have gone wrong, but it didn't. You went for a vacation and you had a great time, for example. Should you not be saying thank you You will say, no, but I had planned it so well and I chose the right hotels and the right sightseeing and so on and so forth. I took the right company. I did everything. Oh boy, baby, your child might have got hurt. Your mother might have been sick. None of that happened. Should you not be saying thank you? Should you not be saying thank you for enabling me to enjoy this vacation? Should you not be saying thank you for that horrible boss who wants you to meet several targets and expects your entire sincere effort? Because he's given you an opportunity to prove yourself. You should say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So any situation, whether of happiness, whether of sadness, you start with saying thank you. Second practice would be that you write every single day a small diary called the gratitude diary and the incident for which you said thank you. And finally, the third practice is that one should be forever grateful that the reason for this life has been to learn whatever yoga ultimately culminates in just this one sentiment, and that sentiment is that we and the divine are one, and the divine is so magnificent that we as little human beings, if we consider ourselves to be that, should only be saying thank you. That sense of wonder should never leave you, because it is wonderful to be in this manifest universe. We are part of this grand design. So should you not be saying thank you? So your ultimate sentiment in life should always be thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, I'll leave you today, but I promise that I will be coming back and asking your feedback and also giving you further tips on how in daily life and why in daily life we should be saying thank you. With that, thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love. ढेर सारा प्यार.